home as you take a look at the starting lineups. VCU going with David Schreiber in just his second start of the season. Usually it's Jalen DeLoach, but Mike Rhodes told us DeLoach got a technical foul last game, and so he's going to watch the first few minutes of this ballgame. We'll see plenty of Jalen DeLoach, and of course for Davidson, you see right there, it's going to be Connor Kuchera in place of Foster Loyer, who is sick. Mike Rhodes in his 6th year as head coach, a Shaka Smart disciple, assistant coach for Smart back in 2009 and 2014 before becoming head coach at Rice, and then coming here to VCU. And Matt McKillop in his first year taking the helm for his dad, the legendary Bob McKillop, who retired in June after 33 years.
Yeah, he was a terrific coach and well respected in our business. And you know, it's all new for Matt. He just moved over 12 inches, but it's all new, and he's got a great attitude about it. Meeting with him yesterday, he's excited about his team and where they're heading. So tough blow tonight with Loyer out, but gives guys a chance to step up and play well.
And we're going to see, there is Connor Kuchera getting the start tonight. He has started 14 games previously for this team, so he's been there, done that. But we're also going to see Achille Spadone, the freshman from Switzerland, who'll get plenty of action tonight as well. As we start things off here from Belk Arena, Davidson with the first possession, and that is Grant Huffman leading the attack for Davidson. Again, Davidson, 10 and 11 on the season. Inside, that is Sam Menenga on the miss. Here comes VCU.
It's good offense. They got a great look, got it inside to their best player tonight, and just missed it.
Ace Baldwin will center the attack. There is Schreiber, who last time out had 6 threes against this Davidson squad. He's getting his second start of the season. On the drive, that is Nick Kern Jr. with authority.
Yeah, with Schreiber out there, it really opens up the floor, and you saw that right there. Now, one of their players tripped and fell, but a lot easier to run offense when you got a 4-man that can really stroke it like Schreiber.
And here comes the press, as VCU will do. That's going to be one of the major question marks. Can Davidson withstand that?
Yeah, a lot on Huffman's shoulders tonight. He's going to have to be terrific. He was great in the second half at VCU, so he's tall enough. He's got great vision.
Connor Kuchera on the miss from 3. Here comes VCU. Jaden Nunn down to Brandon Johns. Jr. up and under, but a whistle and a foul. Mark your keys to tonight's ball game.
Well, VCU wants to limit Davidson's threes, not just how many they make, how many they shoot. They want to run them off the line all night. And then in the last game, Coach McKillop felt like VCU's pressure sped them up. So they just got to really slow down and run their offense and do a great job handling the pressure.
Yeah, last game out, it was VCU 15 threes versus 2.
Yeah, you know, what a difference, too. Menenga had a layup, shot fake, probably got bumped a little bit. No call. Down here, he gets a foul. And they can't afford fouls tonight, especially with him.
Brandon Johns Jr. at the line, missed the first, second one all the way. And that one is good for the grad transfer from Michigan. The Big Ten to the A-10, knocked away by Kern.
Yeah, Watson's really going to have to help against his pressure tonight. And Kuchera, they're going to have to be great. Otherwise, Huffman's going to be exhausted.
That's Desmond Watson. He says clear the way as Kern will defend. And a whistle, and Nick Kern Jr. goes, what did I do?
Yeah, he bumped him. Had his hands out, but he bumped him. And VCU does a really good job with their ball pressure, and then you see him running from behind, Schreiber coming from behind, trying to get a double team. We saw that in the shoot-around today. Puts a lot of pressure on the guards.
Kern will take the team's best offensive player often. Loves to get up in the grill. That's Reed Bailey, the freshman, with the handle. Watson now leaves off for Bailey. Trying to find some room in the paint. Inside, nice move, up and under, and that's Kuchera's first points of the afternoon.
Yeah, great cut by him, and I think Bailey needs to be more aggressive. He's so skilled and such a good player, and he got the ball in the paint, and a terrific pass.
There's Ace Baldwin. Boy, he is so quick. Schreiber thought about the 3. Baldwin will take the 3 ball. Johns tried to save. It'll be Davidson ball.
Yeah, so the key is against pressure, getting the ball in the paint. He bobbles it, And then when Kuchera got the back of his head, he cut. Good offense.
Hoffman. Baldwin chasing and knocks it away. Baldwin with the great hands. You said something to me before the game. Without Foster Loyer in this lineup, sometimes that's not the worst thing in the world.
No, sometimes other guys step up. They realize he's not here, and they'll play better. Even Bailey's first drive there, an assist, he was aggressive. And then the other team sometimes, like, oh, this is going to be easy.
And a block called as Desmond Watson trying to get to the rack.
Yeah, you can already see the difference with Davidson. They're really attacking the pressure.
Another look.
That's a big foul. That's 2 on Kern.
So Nick Kern Jr. Actually, they're going to give Shriver the foul.
Oh, okay.
So Shriver gets it.
I think that's good for VCU.
Yeah, I think so too, as Watson misses the first. Well, they gave Shriver the foul, but Nick Kern Jr. will step out of the lineup. They're giving the foul to Brandon Johns now instead of Shriver. So Johns got called for the foul. All right, we'll get our story straight here.
Davidson, excuse me.
Kern's got 1, Johns has 1.
Yes. Davidson showed this press last game, had some success with it.
Early goings here in this first half. 17:15 to go, first half. Tie game is 3. Not a whole lot of offense in this first few minutes.
Teams are locked into their scouting report.
Baldwin, left hand, no good. A follow by Johns, won't go. Knocked out of bounds, Davidson ball.
Yeah, already a difference in defense. Davidson switching all through 1 through 4 ball screens and trying to keep Ace Baldwin out of the paint doing that. He'll get some mismatches he likes and try to take advantage of it.
The pressure put on as Jameer Watkins now in the ball game for VCU. They will throw body after body at you, will VCU. Kuchera inside, Hoffman had position, gets it off the glass and in, and it's a Davidson lead.
Yeah, they're hard to guard, so if you're not going to switch screens, especially light screens, Davidson's hard to guard, and they're much more confident here at home.
Students are back. And the whistle called. And a foul on Davidson. As Shriver took the brunt of that one. Shriver's got a little hitch in his giddy-up.
Yeah, he got tripped there. But ball pressure, not enough ball pressure there, and a great back screen opened up Huffman, and really good patience by Huffman using the shot fake and using the rim as a shield.
Connor Kuchera gets called for that foul. That's 2 team fouls on Davidson. 16:25 to go, first half. Jaden Nunn at the top. Brandon Johns. A little pushback. Jay off the front edge. And a rebound goes to David Skogman.
Yeah, the on-ball defense is terrific right now by Davidson. They're keeping him out of the paint. The Rams want to get in the paint. That's their whole deal offensively. Get the ball in the paint, get the ball in the paint. Davidson's keeping him out right now.
Skogman right there. On DeLoach is now in the ball game. A little left hand ball. That was buttery soft from the big fella. The 3-0 run.
Yeah, that's
7-0 run, pardon me.
Yeah, and that's great patience on his part. And VCU's not going to help down, so the post guys can be patient and dribble as many times as they can to get closer.
Jalen DeLoach working on Skogman. Skogman keeps his feet and then gets the board. Some nice defense from the junior from Waukesha, Wisconsin. Inside. Reed Bailey, the freshman, will go to the line. Davidson on a 7-0 run. 61%.
Yeah, those are crazy numbers.
I was at the VCU game the other night, and I couldn't take my eyes off it. As you can see now, he's on that bike. He walked away a little gimpy. So he looks like maybe a thigh bruise.
Yeah, he got tripped. He's trying to keep it warm.
But I watched him, and he plays, this is going to sound a little strange, but he's got to keep his hair out of his face. So he touches the head, right there, he does it again, right? He literally caught a pass with his hands on his head. and then reach down and grab the ball.
You're just a little jealous because you don't have that hair, chick.
Okay, touche. Mark Turgeon up 1. Davidson started 0 for 2 now, 3 for their last 3. And Turgeon 1 for 1.
Well, a great start for Davidson. They got 6 paint points and 2 at the foul line, and they've created 4 fouls on VCU already. So a terrific start offensively for Davidson.
Jaden Nunn working left side, up and off the glass, and in strong move to the hoop for the sophomore from Flint, Michigan.
Nunn's got a lot of game, handles the ball better than I thought, can shoot it. Big part of their success.
Watson inside, off the glass, and Johns comes away with the ball.
Another drive all the way to the rim. What they wanted, just got to finish. He's got to slow down, play off 2 feet.
Nunn at the top and a foul called, and that'll go on the freshman, Achille Spadone, a freshman from Switzerland.
Yeah, and that's their first on-ball foul. They had the tripping one, but that one's the first time they've really kept the ball in front of them, on their chest. That's the first time they put hands on them. So, but for Davidson to win this game, they have to guard the basketball. They got to keep VCU out of the paint, and so far so good.
Shriver checks back in, good sign there. He checks in with Zeb Jackson, one of the better defenders on the squad as well. Baldwin up the top. There's Jackson, junior from Toledo. Jalen DeLoach working on Scobie. 6 on the shot clock. That's no good. Another rebound for Davidson. Reed Bailey with the clear. 14 minutes to go here in this first half. Watson for 3. Elementary! Desmond Watson. And it's a 12-5 lead for Davidson.
VCU was late, got caught on the screen, or was late there, and Watson made him pay.
Largest lead of the afternoon or evening here in North Carolina for Davidson. .13:40 to go first half. Jackson, Watkins, and that's Shriver for 3. That is short.
Now Bailey was right there. They're guarding Shriver a little different than they did the first time around.
Right now, they're in the zone as Davidson. Hoffman. There's Spadone. Watson looking inside. He wanted to go to Skogman. Reed Bailey on the drive. Shriver on the push. And Shriver will be called with the body.
Yeah, so they lost their guy for a second, and then get switched out on it. And Ace was late. He lost his guy on the cut. And they knocked it down. Good recognition, catch and shoot. Davidson off to a terrific start on both ends of the floor. And you can tell they really, really have locked into how they're going to guard tonight. And that's been the difference so far.
David Shriver picks up the foul. That is his second.
And Bailey being aggressive again, getting the ball in the paint.
Skogman. In the paint, left hand, boy, that post to the bucket. It's a high percentage shot.
Well, he knows they're not going to come help. It's just one-on-one. They put a lot of pressure on DeLoach down there, and he's getting deep. It's almost like a layup.
14-5, turnover on the steal from Watson. He's pushing. Turnover, Kuchera. He thought Watson was there. Jameer Watkins off the glass and in.
And those are turnovers you can't have. You know, Coach yesterday in our Zoom meeting says, if you're going to throw it anywhere, throw it to me. Don't throw it. No live ball turnovers. So that was a big momentum switch right there. I thought Kuchera was going to shoot the 3, and the lid was going to come off this building.
Here's the pressure again.
Bailey can make that shot. And when he gets older, gets more comfortable, he's going to catch and shoot that 3 in the corner.
Davidson, 6 on the shot clock. Watson. They're going to call the travel. Nice hands by Zeb Jackson. Caused the turnover for Desmond Watson. Davidson, 4 of their last 5 from inside the paint.
I tell you, Watson got moved into the starting lineup. He is really a different player for them, and they need him to play well, and he's off to a great start in this game. But I think the key to this game so far has been Davidson's defense. It's been spectacular so far.
You mentioned Watson. double digits in 5 of his last 6 games. He started every game in the year 2023, so he's come out of the gate here in this new calendar year. Matt McKillop in his first season. 11:40 to go, first half. Davidson has doubled up VCU here in the early going. Watkins on Kuchera, off the glass, and a strong move. He's looking for a foul, not going to get it.
Not on the road. And, you know, it's that bump's been called at the other end, except for the first one. And he's got to be strong. They got to play better to get calls.
There's Sam Menenga, the leading scorer, yet to put points on the board for Davidson. Michelle Spadine, the freshman. Spadone, the freshman. Menenga. That baseline working on DeLoach. Into the paint. Boy, he's just pounding his way in. Off the glass. That's no good. Good defense from DeLoach.
Really good defense. Used his length, his 7-foot length there.
Johns on the jam. And the quick find. And 2 quick buckets. A 6-0 run for VCU.
Yeah, and they can't give them in transition. They had the turnover for a layup, and then that one. Actually, the last 3 buckets are layups. They got to take that away.
So the pressure mounting from VCU. I mentioned at the start, VCU #1 in forcing turnovers. Davidson, the best in the conference at not turning it over. Menenga, 4 on the shot clock. Baldwin steps in. Ball on the court. They'll call a jump ball. It'll go the other way. Another look here, Coach.
Yeah, just getting out in transition and not communicating. Both big guys ran to the same guy there, and John's got a layup. That can't happen. Not if you want to beat VCU.
No. Ace Baldwin with the assist there, averages 6 a game. #2 in the conference. And #9 in the NCAA. Watkins in the paint. Working on Kuchera. That won't go. Gets his own board. Back up strong, off the glass. Tipped around and in. We're going to give that to Jalen DeLoach.
Yes. All you could see was his arms reaching up over everybody, tipping it. But that's who he is. Effort guy.
1-point game. VCU on an 8-0 run. Forget that now. And Menenga gets on the board with the 3.
That's a tough guard. They use the 1/3 of the middle of the court there, do a great job with it. And a mistake by DeLoach.
Johns pounding inside. And Menenga, he'll be called for the foul. That's his second.
Yeah, and really good offense by VCU going at him. They know how important Menenga is to their team, and they went right at him. And Johns didn't fade away, went right at him, shot faked, and everybody's going for shot fakes in this game. Everybody's got to stay down, and that'll help their post defense.
Brandon Johns at the line. First one up, and good. Coming this March, catch the Missouri Valley Conference semifinals on CBS Sports Network March 4th, followed by the championship game on CBS March 5th. Get ready for Arch Madness, the Missouri Valley Conference Tournament, presented by State Farm.
It's one of the great tournaments every year in St. Louis. Crowds come from everywhere. All the schools drive in, usually sell the building out, and just a terrific tournament I got to be a part of when I was a young coach. And
how often did you visit the barbecue joints during that week?
Little Italy and the barbecue joints,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. I like it.
You're always about food.
Well, you know what? It's called quality of life, Coach. I do like my food. I'm a foodie. Johns hits the second. He's got 5.
He's getting comfortable at the line now. Here's the run and jump from behind.
Spadone, high ball. Got to get it across. They do.
This is when they miss Lawyer a lot. They got 2 guys in there just trying as hard as they can.
Spadone, the freshman from Switzerland. Dish. Round and round they go. They put back it in. What a great move by Reed Bailey.
Reed Bailey can play, I'm telling you. I love that he's being more aggressive. This might be a blessing in disguise. No Lawyer tonight. Bailey comes out of his shell and becomes a big-time player for him.
Bailey, a freshman from Harvard, Mass. Came in averaging 6 a game. Johns with Bailey on him. Johns, the pounder, off the front edge. Good defense. But Bailey is winded.
He's given up a A lot of pounds there.
He felt that shot to the chest. He winced. The pace is frenetic here.
Yeah, they just got to be patient. Make him guard him.
Spadone will take the jumper. And a three ball. And in.
I love his reaction. He was so excited. Taking advantage of his minutes.
And a turnover. And so Davidson with an answer. Look at Spadone. Loves it. They're coming off the bench. Hey, guys, we're still playing. His bench came out to congratulate him. They're still playing.
Yeah, and they were very patient this whole series. And quite honestly, VCU's been late. You know, and their whole thing is limit threes. And they're late. They got to make Spadone a driver. He's too good of a shooter.
Well, with that bucket, he has matched his career high. 3 points for Achille Spadone. But under the ball movement, and that's Connor Kuchera. Boy, they moved that around. A 7-0 run now for the Wildcats.
So that was a set play. Great call by Coach McKillop. Emptied the side.
A game of runs. 7:45 to go here in this first half. Up and under, Josh Banks, the junior from Charlotte, North Carolina, nearby with the bucket. VCU, all of their field goals come from the paint so far.
Yeah. 4 in a row layups.
What a move by Desmond Watson. What's going on here, Coach?
You got one team that's just totally inspired to play and totally locked in, and the other team's just kind of walking on eggshells, as Coach Brown used to say. And they have to, Larry Brown, that is.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Nick Kern Jr. 8 on the shot clock. Baldwin by Spadone, left hand, up, and that'll stay out. But he will head to the line.
Yes, it's been great to see. They're off to such a great start.
There's Bob McKillop. 33 years as the head coach at Davidson, called it quits in June. And take a look at the program. We've got 2 programs here who've been very good for a very long time.
Yeah, and at Davidson they had one coach that did it, and total respect amongst his peers, one of the all-time great coaches. And VCU's done it with a lot of different coaches. VCU's always been known as a a great job, and I'm sure Bob's fired up watching his son tonight coach. He's probably a little bit nervous, but he's enjoying the fast start.
You know, we get a chance to talk with coaches before each game. Last year I did a couple of Davidson games, and I came away from talking to Bob McKillop. It wasn't about basketball. I found other things about life, and I got done with the phone call. I'm like, what did I just go through here?
Well, he was getting up there, and he probably saw the end coming. So, when that happens as a coach, you start thinking about how you're going to live a quality, good quality life at the end. So, but Baldwin got to the line here. They haven't made a shot outside the paint except for the foul line.
Right.
And
well, the big news is that last foul was on Achille Spadone. That's his second. Remember, he's playing a lot of minutes tonight with Foster Lawyer not in today's ball game. He's on the bench in the red warm-ups. Been ill all day the last couple of days, missing his first game of the season.
That puts more pressure on these guards. Watson, Kuchera, Hoffman.
Watson up and under. Boy, big smile. He thought he had it, didn't have it.
Same play, other side. Just missed the layup. They ran it to the other side, got a layup for Kuchera, and missed it there.
Jaden Nunn, top of the key for 3, short, but Baldwin runs it down and saves. We'll reset. Nunn, right side off the glass. That's no good. And Kuchera comes down with the board.
And Nunn's 3 was really the first good look they've gotten. And he got downhill there, just couldn't finish over Bailey.
Turnover. That's what VCU does. Baldwin thought about it. Right side. That's the 3 ball, but Banks, no good. It'll be Davidson ball.
Yeah, VCU can't get frustrated. Baldwin does what he does. He gets the steal on the back cut. And they came down, they got a good look. They've gotten 3 good looks. Their last 3 shots, they can't get, they're still in the game. They're only down 7, 6 to go in the first half. They haven't played anywhere near their to their capabilities yet, so they just got to stay patient.
Under 6 minutes here in the first half from Belk Arena. Huffman with the push. Gachera. Near steal, kicks back out. Skogman for three, that's no good. But a rebound from Reed Bailey. Quick hands from Jaden Nunn. Turnover. That's their fifth. VCU now looking for their first bucket in the last 4 minutes. Baldwin gets it. Quick step from Ace Baldwin.
Yeah. Eight buckets, 8 layups for VCU. Rest come at the line, I believe.
You saw VCU, man, 17.4 turnovers per game. Leads the A-10. Where Skogman now took a shot down low. Gachera on the offensive charge, drawn by Ace Baldwin.
Yeah, Baldwin's taken over the game on the defensive end with the steal and now the charge. And they're being physical, but he's clearly there. Gachera, it's hard to play off 1 foot in college basketball today. You almost got, if you don't have a wide open layup, you got a jump stop in there. And big turnover, that's 6 now.
Yep.
And but Coach McKillop would rather have that turnover, or it's a dead ball turnover, than when they turn it over. Bailey had 3 guys on him. He tried to dribble. He can't do that. Those are turnovers they got to get rid of.
Without Foster and Laurie in the lineup now, you got Gachera with 2 fouls, Menenga with 2 fouls, and Spadone with 2 fouls for Davidson.
Yeah, he's got to play him. He didn't play Menenga with 2 in the first half against St. Louis, and I think they're going to have to play those guys tonight with 2 fouls.
5-point lead for Davidson. Baldwin takes the J and drills it.
Yeah, long 2, which Davidson's okay with, but you see Baldwin taking over the game.
Baldwin coming off a 15-3 and 6 performance against St. Bonaventure in a loss. 3-point game, 4:20 to go. Spadone, the freshman. Skogman inside, up and under. And Skogman with the bucket, the junior from Wisconsin.
Well, if he keeps playing like this, you don't have to bring Menenga back in. He's having one of his best games of the year.
That's DeLoach on the dish from Baldwin.
Yeah, Baldwin doing his thing. He beat the ball screen, got all the way in the paint. That's why DeLoach shoots such a great percentage.
DeLoach with his 4th point of the afternoon. DeLoach coming off a 12 and 12 against St. Bonaventure 3 nights ago. It's almost impossible to slow down with the pressure put on by VCU. A whistle. And they're going to take a timeout.
Great job up there.
Down 2. VCU leader, St. Louis the leader in the A-10 by half a game over these VCU Rams. And those 2 teams will play on Friday night in St. Louis.
Well, this is a big 340.
Okay.
For Davidson. They want to keep the lead or build it up. Stay out of foul trouble, take care of the basketball, and VCU's found a little rhythm offensively. They got to get him out of that rhythm.
Skogman thought about the 3. Bailey inside, knocked by DeLoach. Great defense in the hands, and a foul call on Davidson.
Yeah, the first thing that stuck out to me when I started watching VCU is their hands are always high, and DeLoach's hands are a little bit higher than everybody else's, but with his reach, but their defense is starting to take over. That's 7 turnovers now, and the pressure is starting to beat them down, and maybe the lack of depth for Davidson starting to get to him.
DeLoach, first end of a 1-on-1, but a whistle blown. They're going to call a violation, a lane violation. So DeLoach will head back to the line from the front end. Grant Huffman gets called for that foul as VCU goes to bonus here with 3:26 to go. Second one, that's no good. They dodge a bullet.
Yes, they did.
3-point lead for Davidson on their home court here at Belk Arena. Huffman, Skogman for 3. Bingo! Big fella with the range.
Yeah, he's stepping up. He is really playing well, and that's a tough guard. I thought DeLoach stayed in the ball screen defense too long. I thought Ace was over it and had Huffman under control. He's got to get back to the shooter quicker.
Skogman's got 9. Watkins working on Watson. And he throws it away. Turnover for VCU. That's their third turnover here in this first half.
And you see, I think Nunn's there. He stayed a little too long. They've got 6 points on that. Here it comes again. Changed it up.
2:40 to go, first half. It's a 6-point lead for Davidson. Right side, three ball, Spadone! Feeling himself. He gave a look back at Baldwin. Achille Spadone, part of a 6-0 run. 34-25, Davidson with the lead. It's called Bright Lights, Big City, and Achille Spadone has woke up.
Yes, and you know, he probably wasn't a big part of the scouting report for VCU, and Baldwin helped off out of the corner. You don't do that against shooters, so I imagine they're going to make him a driver the rest of the game if they can.
Watkins, finger roll, no good. And the rebound comes to Watson. Davidson now in possession. A little turnaround from the last time they played. Davidson 5 of 7 from beyond the arc, and Baldwin gets called for the foul. Last time they played, Davidson just 2 threes. They've already got 5.
Yeah, and that was the whole key to the game. Limit threes, and they've missed some open ones too. So VCU's got to step it up. And they got to do it right now, going into halftime, getting a little momentum back.
Baldwin picks up the foul. That's team 6. Next time in the bonus. Just over 2 minutes. Reed Bailey at the top of Johns on him. Watson in the paint, knocks it around. Turnover, Davidson. That's their 8th. Check that 9th. Johns, right baseline. Fall away. Jumper, no good. But look at the hands from DeLoach. And now Watkins to the rack. No foul called. It'll stay on this end.
Yeah,
Skogman keeps his feet.
Yeah, really good defense by Skogman, going up, hands back. Verticality.
You teach that, right? You teach it, but it's hard to do it.
Yeah, in the heat of the moment.
Johns inside, off the inbound, a block by Bailey.
You're seeing guys grow up.
Huffman steps around, but they're going to call a moving pick on Skogman.
I think Reed Bailey's special. Here he is, comes in, gets it with 2 hands, 1 hand.
And Skogman just kind of back it in on DeLoach, gets the foul called. That's the 9th turnover for Davidson. Skogman picks up his first.
That's big because they had a layup. He just had to hold his ground.
1:20 to go, first half. The 9-point game for Davidson. Baldwin leaning in. Skogman steps up. DeLoach with the putback.
Yeah, the penetration, you know, breaks the defense down. That's why DeLoach was able to get the offensive rebound. The guard's got to box him out.
And Davidson, Matt McKillop says, let's take a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. Don't go anywhere. 1:05 left, first half.
You know, they're shooting 65%. If it wasn't for turnovers, they have 9 turnovers, which led to 12 points off turnovers. This game wouldn't be close.
1:05 to go. I'm not sure Spadone was ready for Spadone, to be quite honest. Foster Lawyer on the bench. He's been ill, not playing in tonight's ballgame. First game he's missed for Davidson. Skogman, DeLoach. DeLoach with a good defense.
Yeah, he was very patient. Both of them were very patient. Used his length, no angles. Big stop there.
Skogman 4 for 6 in this first half. Johns on the drive, left hand, and a foul called on Skogman, and 1 for Brandon Johns Jr.
Yeah, great offense there, and the big guys got confused. Skogman and Bailey a little bit late, and that's a foul you can't have, especially when you're down on numbers. That's his second. I think they got to stick with him.
That's 4 Wildcats now with 2 fouls. You're talking without having Foster Lawyer, you're going to run out of time here in this second half as Brandon Johns completes the 3-point play.
Yeah, and just like that, it's a 4-point game. And you felt like Davidson's just absolutely dominated the first half. Stop here. VCU's going to feel really good about themselves.
3-second difference on the shot clock, and Baldwin with the pick. Loses out of bounds. He wants to push, won't get it.
Yeah, he's special. on the ball. Great deflection. It probably was a foul on Huffman. I'd have to see it. Looks like he had his hands on him.
Baldwin, number 2 in the A-10 in steals per game, 2.2. Quick hands. Again, 3-second difference on the shot clock. 12 to go.
Oh, this one you missed, Lawyer. Finishing the half, Lawyer.
Desmond Watson just runs over Ace Baldwin. Oh, Baldwin, you said, taking over the smart plays.
Yeah, and that was all ball pressure. The ball pressure was so great he couldn't get the screen set. And gotta go. 5
seconds here. Baldwin, left side, pulls up for the J. Got it! And Ace Baldwin closes out the first half, as Davidson will go in with a 2-point lead, as you said, but VCU on a 6-0 run.
Yeah, I think the first 4 minutes of the game, last 4 minutes of the half are so important. He didn't want the ball screen. He got it. He had to shoot over a taller player, but he took over the game. And what a way to finish the half for VCU. They got to feel like they're in great shape now going into halftime.
Look at the 3-point field goal. So the last time they played, it was just 2 threes for Davidson, and VCU hit 15. They're now, I mean, this is 2 for 20 in their last 2 games.
Yeah, this happens in college basketball. You'll see a team lose by 20 at one place and come back and win by 10 on their home court. So it happens. You'd like to think VCU is going to shoot a little bit better this half.
And we'll see what Davidson can withstand, as Menenga now the leading scorer and just having a tough time from the floor. He is now 1 for 4. He's got just 3 points. Came in averaging 16.
Yeah, he's trying to get himself going. First possession. They need him to get going, and he will. He's a good player.
Johns working inside. Reed Bailey. It's called for the foul for Bailey. I'll tell you what, Reed Bailey, 6'11", 210 against Brandon Johns, 6'8", 240.
Yeah, fifth-year guy, played 4 years at Michigan, had a great career at Michigan, and now we got Reed Bailey, who was in high school last year, trying to guard him, so it's a tough matchup.
And here we go again. Johns now on Menenga. Right hand. Strong, gets it on rebound, knocked by Grant Huffman on the floor. And they'll call a jump ball, and the possession arrow says, we'll stay on this end.
It was good to see Davidson get in there and strip a guy, and they're going to have to help because they keep going inside. They're trying to get these big guys in foul trouble. And Huffman came in. He's capable of doing that. He's a scrappy little player, but then you see DeLoach doing his thing. He's going to fight for that loose ball.
Huffman just 2 points. Only took 1 shot so far in this ball game for Davidson.
Yeah, and he needs to get going. He had a really nice game at third place. He's got to get going, get to the rim. That's what he does well.
He had 16 and 4 against Davidson last time they played. Nunn. Around the horn they go. Baldwin looking for Johns. Little alley-oop and a lay-in for Brandon Johns.
That's too easy. 2 really good players. And here's the pressure.
Baldwin, boy, step for step with Grant Huffman.
Yeah, you see a little bit different intensity out of VCU, especially on this end, this defensive end. Start the second half.
Ace Baldwin now with 5 assists with plenty of time to go. Tie ball game, 34. Early on second half. Huffman off the glass. He's looking for the foul call. Doesn't get it, but he gets the bucket.
Yeah, and that's what he has to do. And on cue there, he's got to be more aggressive offensively. He got the mismatch he needed, and he took advantage of it.
Up by 2, DeLoach inside on Kuchera. That one comes off the front edge. Huffman with the rebound. Ahead to Bailey. Watson for 3. In and out.
Good offense, inside out.
Baldwin at the top on Huffman. Between the legs. By him. Quick first step. And in the hole.
Yeah, he's special. And I said that earlier. He's turned it up.
He's just so quick off that first step.
So good with the ball. Got great body control going into.
And whistle call. That'll be on Nick Kern Jr., who picks up the foul. Yeah. That is his second.
Yeah, so everything's about ball screen, but he got the slot there, and he got downhill and finished with his right hand. Great finish over 6'11" with length, and just not a good foul there by Kern. He's got to be smarter than that. 30 feet from the basket. Doesn't need to reach in and foul.
He picks up his second. That's the team's first here in this second half. Kuchera. Bailey gets fouled on a three and banks it in. A little smile on his face. I don't think he called the bank, but a chance for a 4-point play.
Coming out party for Reed Bailey. I mean, so impressed with him. This is a tough guard for them. With Meninga, with Bailey, with Skogman. It's a really tough guard, and they stand long on the ball screen. And really, with Kuchera, you could probably go under the ball screen, but they have a philosophy, and they're going over it. And John's had to stay a long time on the ball screen.
4-point play for Reed Bailey. And Davidson up by 4. Bailey's got 8. When you go back to film the next day, do you talk about that bank shot?
Yeah, they'll do it to get a laugh.
Nunn, right side, pull up Jay. That one's short. Fights for it, but it comes to Huffman. Here comes Davidson. They own a rebound edge, 16-14. Huffman comes up short. Baldwin gonna push.
Yeah. I like Huffman being aggressive.
Again, Nunn pulls up. This time, drains the deuce. Davidson now, Huffman at the top. That's Meninga, who hasn't had any points since the 9-minute mark of the first half. Again, the leader in points for the Wildcats. Kuchera getting the start in place of Foster Lawyers on the bench. Having to watch this one. Ill for the last couple of days. Meninga just spins around. All out of sorts for Sam Meninga, but a foul called.
Yeah, Watson made a mistake there. They had the isolation there for him, and he brought his guy right on top, and you see Kern come from behind and have a chance to get the steal. So Watson should have stayed on the weak side there and let Meninga do his thing. He needs to get going for them to have a chance.
DeLoach. Gotcha. DeLoach gets called for the foul. That's his first. Meninga had Huffman down low for his second. Reset their offense, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Meninga, 6 on the shot clock. Got to get one off. Watson, Baldwin, so tough on the defensive side. Gonna have to pull up. Jumper, that is long. Shot clock violation. Nice defense from VCU.
Yeah, all guys were locked in there defensively. Didn't get beat on the drive. Had high hands and really locked in. Played smart. They haven't really played as smart defensively as they need to play. That's where they're going to win this game. They're going to win the game on the defensive end. Offensively, they really haven't had any flow except for Baldwin and Johns. And they have to do it on the defensive end.
Freshman Achille Spadone checks back in the lineup. 6 points in that first half, a career high for him. Again, Foster Lawyer on the bench. So Spadone with more minutes and a bump. Grant Huffman gets called for the foul as Baldwin heads down the baseline and then to photographer's row.
Yeah, it's good offense, and DeLoach slipped the screen and kind of gave him an angle to get downhill going left, which he's really good at. And it was smart not to stay in the ball screen. DeLoach made a great play there.
Huffman picks up the foul. That is his second. So Davidson now with 5 players with 2 fouls here in the early goings of this second half.
Yeah, that's not going to hurt you. You know, they're still in good shape. They got to get through this next 4 minutes without guys getting a 3rd foul.
VCU on the inbound. They worked on this in practice, and ball knocked by Skogman. But they're going to say it is VCU ball. Skogman pleading with the referee.
It'd be hard to tell him no with that face. You imagine when he was a kid asking for candy.
18 seconds on the shot clock. Kern. And DeLoach will reset here. 15 on the shot clock. Spadone, the freshman, on Baldwin. The major, and Baldwin steps back for 3. Watson clears. The defensive set there for Davidson last time down. Spadone, the freshman. The pickpocket, Baldwin. And they're going to whistle. And a Foul call. Mike Rhodes and VCU find themselves down by 2, 15:39 to go. And the first-year coach, Matt McKillop, trying to get the upset.
They won their first 6 and lost their next 6, and now they're starting to play well.
Well, David Shriver came in. He had 6 threes last time he faced Davidson, but right now he has thrown up a donut. Yeah, he got his second start of the season here. He's 0 for 2 and 0 for 1 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and give Davidson a lot of credit. Their defense tonight's been really good on the perimeter.
Bailey up top, Shriver on him. Hoffman. Skogman. Angular. Looking inside. The right hand. That's around. Drives for the tip. Can't get it. It'll stay on this end.
I've watched a lot of film of Davidson. This is the most aggressive I've seen Skogman. It's got a fire lit under him tonight, and Meninga not playing well. He has to play well, and he's doing it.
There's Skogman with 9 points, 4 of 7. Near steal there from DeLoach, the junior from Wisconsin. On the miss, Watson can't get it to go.
Look good, good shot.
15 minutes ago here from Belk Arena in Davidson. Full arena. Alley-oop and the jam. Zeb Jackson from Baldwin. The combo working for VCU.
Yeah, great out of timeout call by Coach Rhodes. You like those layups and dunks.
Jackson's first 2 of the game. They come in spectacular fashion. Boy, Baldwin all over Spadone. Hoffman almost loses. That'll hit the rim. Get a turnover for Davidson. Another look here, Coach.
Yeah, usually there's a great back screen leading to that. Looked like DeLoach set a good screen there if I'm seeing it right. And great pass by Baldwin. And an athletic play by Jackson.
VCU turned him over 20 times last game. Davidson right now with 12 turnovers. There's 14 minutes to go.
Yeah, with these guards getting tired, Huffman was grabbing his calf there. It could be 20 before the game's over.
Baldwin on the drive, left hand. That's a foul by Jalen DeLoach.
Once again, that's the penetration. 3 guys had to come out and help, and gets DeLoach on the boards.
VCU's first lead since it was 3-2. They grabbed it here with just over 14 minutes to go. Spadone. Meninga almost stepped in. Baldwin. The anticipation. Spadone pull up. That short is short.
You saw the difference there. They ran Spadone off the line. They total respect for him this half. They're getting up on him, making him a driver.
Skogman, the reach out. Good D from DeLoach. Forces the miss. Might have got a hand on it a little bit.
Yeah, they picked it up. I mean, he was on him at halftime. They've really picked it up defensively. And, you know, that shoot. Davidson's percentage is coming way down in the second half.
Davidson 6 straight misses here to start this second half. You can feel the air changing in the building. Jameer Watkins can't get it to go. DeLoach now behind everybody, limping up the court. Could be a cramp. Watson inside, a block by Shriver, and Skogman with the follow. And Jalen DeLoach says, I've got to get out. That could be an ankle or a calf.
I think it's his ankle.
At the free throw line.
Yeah, I think it's his ankle. He got caught up in down there in all that traffic. And he has been lively and all over the boards and giving him great energy this half. So we'll see if Johns can come in and give him the same thing.
DeLoach checks out with 8 points, 4 of 7, 8 points and 6 rebounds. As you said, very active. Coming off a 12-12 performance against St. Bonaventure. Reed Bailey checks in. David Skogman checks out. He gets a quick chat from his coach, Matt McKillop, who told us, as a rookie coach, there's some things that I didn't know.
Yeah, there's a lot to it.
Faced that.
But he did say I have great kids and I enjoy being around them every day. So going right back at Meninga, trying to get his 3rd foul.
Johns short, good defense from Meninga.
Now they got to get Meninga going down here at this end. They got to go to him.
Hoffman at the top. Spadone, Meninga. Offside, Kuchera for 3. Bingo for Davidson.
So VCU switched that ball screen. They had some tough matchups, and went to double, and Meninga made them pay. Great skip across court.
They grabbed the lead back, 45-42. Just over 12 minutes to go here in this second half. Zeb Jackson down low. John. And the dish to Jameer Watkins for the slam sandwich.
Yeah, and VCU is one of the better cutting teams that I've watched. They do a great job cutting from the slot and from the corner off penetration.
Baldwin will be called for the foul. That'll be his second. Kuchera for three. Dials it in to give Davidson the lead. And right back the other end. Watkins with the jam. 1 point game for Davidson with 11:48 to go. VCU back on our air same time next Tuesday as they take on the Dayton Flyers. Tip-off begins 7 o'clock Eastern right here on CBS Sports Network. As you take a look at the first meeting, VCU and Dayton back in the day.
Yeah, it was a heck of a game, and it was one of those games you could almost turned off at halftime because Dayton was up 16, I believe, and you're like, and then you see the score the next morning, and VCU did a lot of great things in the second half, really guarded, and then made plays late in that game. So, two of the top 3 teams picked in the preseason, and but anyway, in this game here, Davidson's not shooting the ball as well. They're 4 for 13 this half, and to be quite honest with you, VCU's just got to settle down. They got 5 team fouls. They just got to play smarter defensively. And sometimes when you're playing for first place, the pressure's there.
Half game back of St. Louis in the A-10. Reed Bailey banging on Shriver. That right hand won't go. Rebound to Johns.
It's a great play call by Coach McKillop. That's a shot he's going to finish in the future.
Bailey, the freshman from Harvard, Mass. A lot of minutes here with Foster Lawyer on the bench. Watkins to Johns. That's an easy deuce for Brandon Johns.
A really good offense. They got him spread out all over the floor, and a good read and good patience by Johns.
All right, Coach, 11 minutes to go. It's a 1 point game for VCU.
Yeah, they just got to relax and play without fouling on defense. Play their aggressive style without fouling. Be more solid.
And how will Davidson do with their leader on the bench? Too ill. Bailey working on Shriver. That won't go. Again, 2 times down the court. Good defense from Shriver, but Spadone, the freshman, comes up with the offensive board.
Yeah, Spadone's playing so well. And that hustle play there, getting them an extra possession. Didn't know what to do and with all those trees. But he's really playing well. Obviously 6 points and a great hustle play there. So I think they really got to get Meninga involved here. I just think he's the guy. He looks tired. He hadn't played a lot of minutes, but they got to go to him. They got the wide open 3-point shot on the skip pass going to him. So he'll make good decisions. He's been their best player the last few games. So
he's played 13 minutes, just 3 points, came in averaging 16. So VCU's done a good job on him. It's been up to others to fill the void. Hoffman down low, nice pass inside, and there it is. Coach called it. Sam Meninga with the deuce.
Yeah, Davidson has some of the best out-of-bounds underplays. I used to try to steal them when I was coaching, and they got a layup for their best player there.
Meninga's first points in over 21 minutes, but he's on the board. 10:20 to go. Watkins straight over and a charge called as Kuchera picks up the charge. Watkins picks up the foul.
Yeah, Watkins just got to be a little more patient on this. Trying to make a really tough play. Tried to step through, but Kuchera did a great job of getting in front of him. So just VCU's got to settle down. It's a 1 point game with 10 to go. And see if Davidson goes back to Meninga here.
Kuchera, the transfer from William & Mary Jr. The defensive stop. Meninga, DeLoach, the long run inside, and Spadone misses the layup. They had the opportunity. Nice pass from Meninga. DeLoach working on Meninga in the paint. Little drop step. That one, around it goes, and Menenga comes away with the board.
Really good offense. DeLoach has had like 4 go all the way in and come out tonight. Frustrating night for him offensively.
9:35 to go. Near turnover, and there it is. None. That quickly, VCU back down the other end of the court.
Yeah, that was all Ace Baldwin. He blew up the handoff. He's willing it, and some guys are getting caught on screens. He's not getting caught on screens.
Points off turnover, 18 for VCU. That's the 13th turnover as Huffman gets the bucket.
Yeah, they need more of that of Huffman. He can do that. Uses speed, quickness, and length.
He's got 6. Baldwin directing the attack inside the DeLoach. Plenty of room, and the jam for Jalen DeLoach.
Yeah, it's a little early, but they're already going to their middle ball screen and just letting Baldwin do his thing. And they got shooters all around him now, so that helps.
DeLoach with 10. Back and forth they go. Lead change after lead change. Huffman up top to Menenga. Connor Kuchera looks down low for Spadone. Menenga, the left elbow. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Bailey inside to Menenga. The push from DeLoach. The left hand. That one in and out. Baldwin, left side, right by Huffman, and a foul called before the shot.
That was a terrific possession by Davidson there. They just didn't finish.
Inside on the paint, VCU's been very strong.
Yeah, they've done that all night. That's who they are, and that's what they do. And they haven't made jump shots, so they just keep trying to get downhill, and that's how they're going to win the game.
They've got a 12-point advantage on points in the paint. And 19 of their 22 field goals coming from close range.
Yeah. And they know they have to do it, and they can't stop doing it to win this game.
On the inbounds, DeLoach on Skogman. Not a whole lot of room. And Spadone, the young little fella, comes away with the board. He's got 2 rebounds. VCU up 1, under 8 to go.
Davidson's very, very patient, running their offense, cutting hard, slipping screens, fake using screens.
Spadone looking for Skogman now. Back to Watson. Kern. And they're going to call Kern for the reach-in. He doesn't like it. That'll be his 3rd foul of the evening. Looking on, Bob McCullough watching his son and Mike Rhodes for VCU.
Great rebound, a great length. He's got a great system for him, too, there at Dayton.
Speaking of systems, it's been Davidson's trademark to be able to run an efficient offense. They're doing that tonight.
Yeah, they're being extremely patient, changing sides. They're cutting so hard. Fake using screens. VCU's not going to switch screens, so as the game wears on, that wears you down defensively. And then, in my mind, VCU's had some silly fouls, and it's why they're shooting free throws right now.
As a team, they shoot 73%. Desmond Watson at the line, as you just mentioned. Davidson in the bonus here with 7:40 to go. He's a 74% free throw shooter, is Desmond Watson. Second one is good. Watson with his first points of this half. He's got 8. And Davidson's got a 1-point lead. They played 2 games last year. Both were 2-point affairs. Tight ball game here at Belk. Baldwin, long, good defense from Spadone. And Watson comes away with a rebound.
Really good defense. Kept him out of the paint. VCU was a little out of sync that possession. Here they go, running their offense. Being patient.
7 minutes to go. Watson on Shriver. Trying to push his way in up the glass. And a foul to be called on David Shriver.
Yeah, they've attacked Shriver all night. Every time he gets switched onto a guard, they just attack him. It's tough matchup for him. And great patience by Watson. A little shot fake. Guys have been going for shot fakes all day. And I think the foul trouble is really going to hurt VCU in this game. They had some really silly fouls early in this half. way away from the basket.
Watson 3 of 4 from the line. Make it 4 of 5. He's now got 9. It's a 2-point game for Davidson.
Yeah, really solid game by Watson. He's been great defensively, just making smart plays and really stepping up in his new role.
He started here at the calendar year of 2023. Watson has.
Probably going to be a two-man game with Johns again. That's kind of what they do.
3-point game for Davidson, 6:45 to go. Then Jackson, right side, looking for Kern. They're going to say out of bounds. It'll be VCU ball.
They got the freshman Spadone on Baldwin. He's actually doing a really good job keeping him in front.
He's going to be tired come tomorrow and sore. There he is on Baldwin.
He's taking on a challenge.
Brandon Johns working on Skogman. Left side. Jackson on the miss. Shriver comes away with the offensive board for VCU.
Hustle play there. Back tip by Johns.
Jackson, the drive. And off the glass. No good.
And Jackson being aggressive. Hit Shriver in the corner. The guy tried to take the charge was guarding Shriver in the corner. Almost. Yeah, it's close.
Watson called for the foul, his second. Zeb Jackson, the junior from Toledo, Ohio, will head to the line.
And that shows you they're just out of sync because Shriver standing wide open in the corner. That would have been a great shot a week ago. But they haven't made shots. So they keep just trying to attack downhill.
So you're at the line. This is what you see. You see the swim team. I hope it's the swim team. If it's not, we got another story. What is that?
That's some good stuff right there.
And he rims it. I don't know, Coach.
The crowd loves it. Everybody's having fun with it.
See, you got 6, 7 guys up there that can do that. You don't need 6 or 7 if it's just me. If it's just me up there in a Speedo, no one's going to make anything.
It's the dance routine that goes with it.
Well, I'm not doing that. I might lose something. Jackson, second on the way. That one in. 2-point game. Davidson in the lead.
That fan base is not stressed in a 2-point game. They're having a blast.
Yeah.
They bring Jackson in for defense. VCU's got to play without foul and make them earn everything.
Again, Davidson in the bonus. 6 minutes to go. Hometown Wildcats with a 2-point lead. Looking for a big win here in the A-10. Watson on the baseline. 3 on the shot clock. Off the glass, no good. Baldwin comes away.
Another great possession offensively for Davidson, just didn't get the shot.
Inside, knocked away by Watson. It'll stay on this end. Watson may have taken a ball to the finger. Little jam.
Yeah, you got to be so impressed with Davidson's offense.
It might have gone off the hand of DeLoach, but it's
not under 2 minutes.
Baldwin with Menenga up top.
Back to him. Yeah.
Too quick, Baldwin right by him. High off the glass. That's no good. DeLoach with the offensive board. Shriver for 3. Another board. Baldwin puts it back. VCU 0 for 7 from 3. We get the offensive board, get the putback, and it's a tie game at 53.
That's why they win games. 2 great hustle plays.
Hoffman. VCU all up in the grill right now of Davidson. Under 5 to go.
Davidson's just got to be patient. They'll break down. They're not switching screens. They'll get a layup or a backdoor cut. They just keep working.
3 on the shot clock. Huffman left side. Off the glass and in with the left hand.
Yeah, big time move by Huffman there. That's what he's got to do. Now the crowd's into it.
Huffman with 8. We've got 7 ties, 9 lead changes so far. 4:29 to go, and a foul called on Reed Bailey as Shriver trying to go for the 3 ball.
Wow. Does that get Shriver going? We'll see. It's a heck of a finish by Huffman.
No foul call there.
And we'll see if this was a foul on the three here. Bailey coming off his guy. Yep. On the follow through, hit the right wrist.
That's why you teach the follow through. So Shriver will head to the line.
And Shriver had just missed a three and didn't hesitate to shoot again. But to be honest with you, Davidson's offense is controlling this game. They're cutting, they're moving, their toughness with the ball. And VCU's not going to switch. And it's going to open things up, and it's done it. And they've done it late in the shot clock.
0 for 2 tonight from 3, 6 for 8 in that last game. Those are his first 2 points of the evening.
Yeah, and sometimes this is what gets shooters going. You know, and Bailey made the right play, came off his guy, just a little overzealous, fouls him. And DeLoach is out there playing on a bum ankle, but he's giving him great hustle plays, and he's got to do it on the defensive end for him. So I think VCU just has to be solid defensively and not gamble and try to get steals, make them earn it.
Shriver hits all 3, gives the Rams a 1-point lead. Huffman working on Baldwin, leans in the left hand again. 2 times down the court for Huffman, 2 left hands, 4 points.
And that's their go-to play. They have a guy at the top of the key, faking a ball screen, they have a guy underneath, posting up. He actually becomes a screener in that situation, and Huffman took advantage of it.
Seesaw back and forth, lead change after lead change here from North Carolina. Kern Jr. working on Huffman. Jaden Nunn right baseline. Watson with a nice defense, but they'll call the block on Desmond Watson. Watson's 3rd foul. Back here at Belk on a blackout. Davidson with a 1-point lead over VCU. Time to revisit the keys.
Yeah, what a terrific game. And VCU, we talked about limiting the threes. They've done a better job of that in the second half, but they're losing the rebound margin, and that's what they wanted to do. And then don't let the pressure speed you up. Davidson is in total control in the second half with their offense, and that's what Davidson's done for years. These kids are growing up, playing well. Without Menenga playing well, without Lawyer, they've been able to control the game with their offense.
That is the thing. Foster Lawyer, if you're just joining us and where you've been, on the bench for Matt McKillop. He's been ill the last couple of days. He came out for shoot-around but could not go, so he's on the bench. There he is, the leader of this team, the senior. He's watching his team play one heck of a ball game here against VCU, the number 2 team in the A-10. Crowd doesn't like the bodies being thrown around. Shriver, top of the key, step back 3 off the front edge, and there is the freshman Spadone with the rebound.
Yeah, Spadone's playing well. Not really a great shot there out of the timeout.
Huffman now, right side, leans in on Baldwin. That won't go. Huffman comes away with it.
Same play. Huffman getting downhill. Have the 2 guys in the middle of the floor, big guys, shooters in the corners. He's been able to get downhill.
Menenga working on Nunn. Looking for help now. Cross court. Watson for 3. Just beats the shot clock, but it's no good.
What a pass by the big fella against the double team. Watson's had 2 go all the way in and out.
Wildcats up 1. 2:45 to go. Menenga. DeLoach down low. And DeLoach with a big bucket for VCU. Draws the foul and 1.
Yeah, and he's missed a few of those. They've gone all the way in and out. And he had great patience, got all the way underneath the rim and just goes right up through the arms. Menenga's got to go arms back on that. Can't give him a 3-point play. But I do think the foul situation is going to play a big part. You know, Davidson's in the bonus, and I think that's the 4th team foul on Davidson. So VCU's going to have to earn it. Davidson might get some free ones at the line here late in the game.
DeLoach with just his 2nd free throw. That one no good. He's 0 for 2. Kearns comes away with it.
Kearns likes to be right in the middle of things, doesn't he? Kern.
Full boat here at Belk Arena. The crowd didn't like it. VCU with a 1-point lead. 2:25 to go. Huffman in charge of this offense right now. Skogman. 3 on the shot clock. Watson going to drive. That ball gets knocked with a call foul.
Once again, they use the whole shot clock. Defense gets tired. Those last 5 seconds is tough. And Watson was able to get downhill, and someone reached in. Looked like none reached in. Might have called it on Kern, but it looked like none reached in. And just a really smart offensive possession, a really smart play.
So Desmond Watson heads to the line. He's 5 of 6 from the charity stripe. First one off the back edge and no good.
Yeah, it's funny, you know, you work on free throws all the time. You talk about it all the time. It's so important in winning close games. DeLoach just missed his. Watson missed his.
Kern picks up the foul. That is his 4th with 2:15 to go. Watson at the line. Second one good, and we're all tied at 58 with 2:15 to go. We got a great one here in the A-10 from Belcarina.
And they brought Watkins in for Kern. That helps them offensively. Spread the floor a little bit more.
Ace Baldwin in control. Jaden Nunn. Brandon Johns on the right baseline. Spin move. That won't go. Gets the rebound. Puts it back. That won't go. Watkins. Off the glass. No good. Another offensive board for VCU. Nunn for 3. Air ball. Back to VCU. 10 seconds on the shot clock. 1:30 to go. How many chances can VCU get? Baldwin, little push. 2 on the shot clock. Shot clock violation. Great defense from Davidson.
Yeah, great defense, not great rebounding, but you got to say a lot of its effort on VCU, and that's why VCU is such a great program. Just hustle play after hustle play after hustle play. Give Davidson credit. They guarded the ball.
They had chance after chance. We'll take a timeout with 1:23 to go. The last time that VCU lost 2 straight conference games was last year when they lost to St. Bonaventure and then Davidson.
Yeah, I read that.
It could happen again here.
It definitely could happen again. And I think a number of things. One, Davidson's got to keep playing good defense and limit them to 1 shot to win this game. And VCU's got to guard the middle third of the floor. They've run that same play again over and over without fouling. And then Davidson, you know, he'll have Coach McKillop will have a play, but they got to use the clock. And then the clock's going down. They got to get downhill, get in the lane, and put foul pressure on VCU.
That's a learning process for the rookie coach as well. He talked to us this week about not calling a timeout late in the game. We'll see what he does here. We got just over a minute to go. All knotted at 58. Sam Menenga, who leads Davidson, on the block with DeLoach. Little pump fake, left hand, in and out. Ball knocked out of bounds. They're going to say it's VCU ball, but it's under 2 minutes. And we're going to take a look. It looked like DeLoach might have knocked it out.
Yes.
And Mark Turgeon has spoken. He says yes.
Well,
yeah, he pushed it
clearly,
out.
Yeah.
Okay.
First of all, you know, rookie coach makes a great call, gets the ball to the guy that's been playing the best on the block, on the right block, so he can go over his right shoulder, left hook in the middle of the lane. So good call by Coach McKillop. And offensive rebounding has been the story here in these last 3 minutes of the game.
Well, Davidson's been here before. They've lost 5 of 6, 4 of those by single digits after starting the year 6-1. So Matt McKillop, as we talked to us yesterday, he said it's a learning process. I've got to get a better feel for end of game. And no doubt when this is over, he'll go talk to his father about this as well.
Yeah, and a lot of it has, you know, he's putting a lot on him, and it's not on him. And he, you know, they got a young team, and I think that's clearly going to be Davidson's ball. But I'm not, yeah. And they get the ball here. Good call. But, you know, a lot of it is Davidson's just a young team with a lot of new guys stepping into new roles, and it takes time. And they've played an unbelievably difficult schedule in the A-10, and they're getting better. Every game I watch, they get better, and that's what Davidson does. Their teams get better, and their players get better.
And they're going to have 8 games left. After this performance, they're going to feel a lot different about themselves without having Foster Loyer on this court.
No doubt. And they're terrific out of bounds under. So let's see what they drew up here.
1:03 to go. Scoping up top with Brandon Johns on him.
Another post-up play.
Menenga working on DeLoach. Watson gonna give the upside. Menenga off the glass, too strong with the left hand. They're gonna call a travel. Raymond Tilley said the travel. DeLoach may have taken a shot to the face.
Yeah, they're going to look at it, but another great offensive set. They got the ball. Huffman makes a terrific look, and then that's just DeLoach being long. Yeah.
Huffman reaches in, took a shot to the face.
He definitely hit him in the face.
But what they look at, you can't call a foul after the fact.
No, you can't.
It's about whether or not this was a intentional.
Yeah, and they don't want to call a flagrant one because anything to the face is a flagrant one. So the referee's got a tough little situation here. Of course, being a former coach, I don't feel sorry for him, but it's hard to see everything. But he definitely hits him.
Oh, yeah. He caught him. Just trying to reach in for the ball. Takes a shot. I'll tell you what. We just saw it. Nick Kern Jr. grabbed DeLoach as he was coming off the court because DeLoach was going towards the referees to voice his opinion. Nice job by Kern to say, hey, fella, let's just move to the bench. Let them make the call.
Yeah, and that's the good and the bad with DeLoach. You know, he's such a high-energy guy, such a great rebounder, makes all these winning plays, but he gets emotional. And it's just part of growing up. He's young, and part of the reason he didn't start tonight.
Didn't start tonight.
But I do think it kept him out of foul trouble.
One more shot.
So by rule, I think they have to call flagrant one, but it'll be interesting to see what they do here.
The referees are looking. Jeffrey Clark, Lamar Simpson, and Ray Natili.
Avoidable unnecessary contact or holding, or, you know, and I think anything above the neck.
We'll take another little conversation.
A lot of pressure on these referees. Really.
You're admitting that? You're admitting that.
A lot of pressure and really hard to see. Looks like they've already told Davidson it's their ball. They're lining up out of bounds under for another offensive set.
And DeLoach is like, come on, what are you talking about? I took a shot to the face. And so Jeffrey Clark talks to Mike Rhodes, explaining the situation.
There's no way he can be happy with that when his player gets hit in the face. 20 on the shot clock. You know, they build their program on defense. They're going to have to do it again.
So Davidson will have possession.
Well, and they got Shriver in for DeLoach. That's probably not what they were thinking.
49.4 seconds. Spadone, the freshman. Watson, right baseline, up and under. They're going to call a charge.
Yeah.
Nick Kern picks up the charge foul on Watson.
Yeah, and it's the play they ran in the first half and got a layup. It's a clear isolation, and it doesn't matter where he's standing on the push-off. He definitely cleared out, and it was another great call by Coach McKillop. Cleared aside.
If you don't extend that arm, perhaps you get the block call. 11-second difference on the shot clock. VCU possession. Tie game at 58. Ace Baldwin. Watkins on the left. Working on the rookie, the freshman, Spadone. Watkins, and a block by Desmond Watson. 10 on the shot clock. Nice help from Desmond Watson.
Yeah, big time block. Watson has just been terrific. Watkins has got to throw that back to Baldwin. They got lucky. The guy blocked it out of bounds. It could be Davidson's ball.
Timeout called. Desmond Watson. Back-to-back plays. Back here at Belk. 58 all, 21 seconds to go. You take a look at what VCU has done or not done from three. 2 for their last 25. Although you won't need a 3 here with 21 seconds to go.
Yeah, and it's definitely had a big factor in the game. But yeah, you said they don't need a 3. They're going to get the ball. I imagine a 2-man game with Baldwin and Johns. And the great thing for Davidson, they know they're going to get a last shot, whether it's tied or down. And but you know, they got to go 2-man game. I thought Watkins should have gave that ball back up to Baldwin, and they got lucky. They got lucky that Watson blocked that out of bounds.
Well, we'll see what Matt McKillop has designed here on defense for Davidson. 21 seconds to go. 10 seconds on the shot clock. On the floor, Ace Baldwin, Jaden Nunn, David Shriver, Brandon Johns Jr. And Jamir Watkins will inbounds.
Yeah, two-man game.
Baldwin pulls up for the J. Got it! 15.1 seconds to go. Ace Baldwin the other night against St. Bonaventure had a chance to win it. Took a three and missed it. This time, gets it to go. Ace Baldwin. He's named Ace for a reason. That one's in the bucket. We've got a barn burner on a blackout night at Belk. 2-point lead for VCU. Ace Baldwin comes up with the big bucket. You got 15 seconds. There's Mike Rhodes. VCU's been very good on defense for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Matt McKillop, what do you go with?
Well, first of all, I knew Baldwin wasn't going to pass that ball. He was upset he didn't get the ball the time before, and they put their two best players in the middle of the floor, and Baldwin's been making those shots in his career. I think what's worked best for them is Huffman in the middle of the floor. They'll probably put Meninga at the top, Skogman low, and try to get downhill. If that doesn't work, you'll see Watson, try to put his head down and try to get something. But don't be surprised if someone pops open for a three here. But a lot going on.
A lot going on, and a freshman in the Chill Spadone, the freshman from Switzerland, on the floor for Davidson. He's got 2 threes on the night. Meninga, pressure, Watson. 9 seconds, and a timeout called, and here comes Matt McKillop. A learner took her through late. 8.4 seconds to go from Belk Arena. It is VCU with a 2-point lead. A little discombobulated there in that last possession for Davidson.
VCU did a great job. Baldwin not letting Huffman get the ball, and so Watson had to bring it up, and they were out of kilter. They couldn't get into the play they wanted to get into, and thankfully Davidson had another timeout. So it'll be interesting if they throw the ball directly into the post here to Meninga, or they just try to get something going for Watson getting downhill. Got to watch the inbounder here, throwing it in and running into some type of a middle ball screen, getting Huffman going downhill with his right hand.
14 turnovers for Davidson. Can't have one here. 8.4, Huffman on the inbounds. Watson left side, gonna drive on Kern. Pulls up, that one blocked, but they call a foul on Nick Kern Jr. And Watson will head to the line with 4.5 seconds to go.
Yeah, and another isolation play. Good call by Coach McKillop. Isolation play for Watson. Kern did a great job not letting them get to the rim. John's great help.
Kind of got that ball early.
Yeah, looked like a clean block.
So Watson at the line. 6 for 8. First one good. The 1-point game, 4.5 seconds. VCU's got 2 timeouts left. Davidson, none.
Yeah, under 6 going full court. A lot of times they like to call timeout. Looks like he has a play called.
Nick Kern is fouled out. Watson second on the way. No good. We'll call a foul on Skogman. Well, he wanted that one. Desmond Watson can't believe that did not fall in. That got to bounce around and back out.
Yeah, he has played a terrific game. And he's had like 4 shots tonight go all the way down and bounce out.
And Skogman almost got that.
That free throw shooting is so important late in games. And now Watkins, who hadn't had a great night, has got to step to the line.
Watkins, it's his first free throw of the night. He's a 72% free throw shooter. Mike Rhodes with Watkins at the line. The sophomore from Trenton, New Jersey. A chance to put him up 2. 1-and-1, first one good.
So this is why you work on all these things in practice. They'll have a play that they'll run here. And it'll be interesting to see if he makes it, if they try to foul, or if they just make Davidson make a tough shot if they're up 3.
3.5 seconds. Second one no good. They got no timeouts. 3 seconds. Meninga, half court, jumper, no good.
I think sometimes a missed free throw is a better situation than making it and giving him a chance to run a play.
Another look as Watkins with the miss. And Samanenga, not your greatest shooter from deep, gets the ball.
No, and it was a long rebound, and he had to chase it. They did a great job of denying the outlet there, so couldn't have worked out better.
Updated standings in the A10. VCU now at 8-2. St. Louis at the top, 7-1. But a big game for VCU.